Hey guys, so this morning I woke up with a very gooey eyeball. Not sure what brought that on, but in any event, because I couldn't wear my contacts and had to whip out the glasses, I figured, well, why not focus on a look that's all about the skin, very dewy and hydrated and fresh looking, eye makeup at a minimum, and of course, rock a bold lip. So this is what I came up with. And the video was also inspired by one that Desi Perkins did recently with Patrick Ta. He recreated a look on her that basically was the same idea, except she didn't have to include glasses because of a gooey eyeball, but the concept was the same. So I wanted to try to recreate that look, and this is what I came up with. If you are interested in how to do this yourself, whether or not you are forced to wear glasses, keep watching. Here's a fun little behind the scenes factoid for you. Cannot talk this morning. I literally just filmed myself putting my foundation on, and then I realized I hadn't primed my skin, I hadn't added my luminizer to my foundation, all because I'm watching the weather, waiting for the clouds to roll in. And when you're filming without any lighting except for natural lighting, you live and die by weather patterns. So I had to wash my face off, starting again, of course. I went ahead and prepped my skin with the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. And then on my eyes, I just used the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. So let's try this again. And this is always interesting because obviously when I take my glasses off, I can't see a dang thing. So we'll see how this goes. Now, when it comes to picking a foundation, because you want a very dewy look, you want to go with something that's luminous. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I love this stuff. The problem is it is expensive. This is $64 for this little tube, which I about choked on when I bought it, and I'm just going to use about a pump and a half. And this is the shade 5.25. I bought it because I had been hearing about it forever, and I got a sample of it hoping I would hate it, and of course I didn't. And the reason I finally pulled the trigger is because Nordstrom sent me a $10 rewards certificate, so I thought, just bite the bullet and do it, so I did. Now, in addition to your foundation, you're going to want to mix in a luminizing liquid. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, and I just take almost like half a pump, so basically just that much, and then you're going to mix it together. I like to use the back of my hand, and this is really going to amp up the glow, which I love. I love this look year-round, especially in the summertime. So then I'm going to go ahead and dot it on my face as you normally would. And me personally, I like to use a beauty blender. Get every last drop of that dang expensive foundation, and then you're just going to blend it in. Now, people like to use different tools. I, in particular, like the beauty blender just because I feel like the coverage is that much better. And I always say this is a beauty blender. This is actually the Real Technique sponge. It's a lot cheaper than the beauty blender, and I think it works fantastic. But especially for this type of look, because the beauty blender is dampened, that's going to help really keep your foundation looking dewy and fresh. And so that basically, oh, now I can see myself. See, that gives you like a really natural luminous glow where the light is going to hit. I went ahead and primed my eyelids off camera and also put my brows on. I will link a video below to the one I did on how to prime your eyes to set your eye makeup all day long. But in any event, for the brows, I just wanted to stay pretty natural, nothing too bold, because again, your eyeglass frames are going to be predominant on your face, and I don't want anything to compete with them. So when it comes to eyes, I like to do a really simple look. All I do is take a nice neutral shade. This is actually the Park Avenue Princess bronzer from Tarte, and I just put a little bit on a fluffy brush, and then I'm just gonna go into the crease and just above to give myself the slightest hint of color. I did go ahead and curl my eyelashes off camera, and when it comes to a mascara, I love the Too Faced Better Than Sex. and sex. And I'm going to actually use an old tube just because if I've got the eye goo, I'm not busting into my brand new tube. So that's one of the reasons why I always like to keep an older one around, because just in case of emergency. And I'm just going to lightly apply a quick coat or two. Again, nothing heavy, nothing extreme. My eyes are done. I went ahead and just put a little bit of concealer on underneath the eye. I used the Tarte Shape Tape, which we're all still obsessed with. And the next step is going to be bronzer. Because even though I'm going for that dewy skin look, I still want to have some definition to my face, so we can't forget the bronzer. And again, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. And I'm just gonna add some definition to my cheekbones. I feel that when I put it in the hollows of my cheeks, like most tutorials tell you to, it actually drags my face down, which is not what we want to look like. A little bit on the chin, and then of course, always gotta do the neck. I think it's so funny how now all the emphasis is on beauty products for the neck. Like now we have to be obsessed with how old our neck looks. There's always something, I'm telling you. If you're a crazy person like me, I actually like to layer on my bronzer just to give me even more of a defined look. So after I do the Park Avenue Princess, then I'll go in with Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in medium. This smells just like chocolate. literally have to smell this every time I put it on. But again, just kind of going over what I already did to add a little bit more depth to my face. So next, I know we mixed some of the Shimmering Skin Perfector in with our foundation, but let's jack it up a little bit more. So I'm actually going to take just a tiny amount on my finger and then dot it onto my cheekbones and blend it in. And this will just give even more of a glow. And I just take the tip of my beauty blender and very gently just blot it in using small circular motions, so you don't want to disturb the foundation underneath. So you can see now how pretty that is when the light hits. It just gives off, like, look how pretty that is when the light hits. It just gives off the most gorgeous glow. And of course, the coup de grace of this look is the lipstick. This is the NYX Turned Up in the shade Hollywood. Oh my Lord. This is the prettiest, boldest, most juicy red I have ever seen. I love this color. It is so gorgeous. So you're just gonna pop it onto the lip. You could stop there if you want, but I like to give my lips a little extra definition with a liner. This is High Energy by MAC. It's one of their Pro Longwear pencils. If I could get the cap off. So I'm just gonna line the lips, and I like to actually line the very, very bottom part of my lips just to give them a more fuller effect. So the final step, of course, in any makeup look is your setting spray. This is so key to anything you're doing. I love the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, mainly because it's silicone-free, alcohol-free, and oil-free, so I don't feel like I'm putting a bunch of garbage on my face. And this is really gonna lock down your look, and this product in particular, I feel like gives you just a little bit of that luminosity, like just enough to kick it up a notch more. So just gonna close your eyes, obviously, give yourself as many sprays as you want, and then I like to, it does not taste good. I like to just pat it in certain areas. Honestly, like where I have peach fuzz, because I feel like it just helps get rid of it. This is the final look. As you can see, our skin is just super glowy and just perfectly illuminated. I think this is so pretty, you know, again, especially when you have to contend with glasses, when you keep the eye makeup at a minimum and just let your frames and your lip and your skin, you know, kind of be the showstoppers. It just really makes for a beautiful look. But even if you don't have to wear glasses due to a disgusting gooey eyeball, you know, just to get that fresh, youthful glow, I think is so pretty no matter what time of the year it is. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and leave a comment or two below. Let me know if you tried this look, what you thought, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.